Warm-up recap number 4. Today we were going back to dynamic levels. We were mixing high dynamic, so 90 degrees angle between stick and practice pad, and very low dynamic taps, where we are hanging from the wrist and we just tap on the practice pad. The exercise was alternating 8 strokes, single strokes, so right, left, or left, right, if you're left-handed or if you want to challenge. So 8 strokes, single strokes, high dynamic, and 8 in low dynamic. So very slowly. Right, left, left. 1, 2, 3, 4. As usual, try to gain confidence in what you're doing. Try to stay relaxed. Plan ahead with your brain. Alright, not much of a challenge right now because it's 8 strokes, plenty of time to plan in advance, and it's quite slow still. So let's try to stick with the 8 strokes and just pick the pace up a little bit. A little tip, the main difficulty is going to be to stay down after strokes number 7 and 8 in high dynamic in order to perform taps. What I'm saying is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I go up here, my next stroke is not going to be a tap, of course. There's too much space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, stay down. 1, 2, 3, 4, blah blah is what we want to be able to perform. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Relax. Make sure that the wrist is doing the motion. No tension. Don't tension your muscles. Relax your shoulders, neck, spine. Keeping the posture, of course. Couple more. 1, 2, 3, 4. And stop. Okay, I hope this was not too much of a challenge for you. So let's try to pick up the tempo a little bit. 2, 1, 2. Of course, the faster it gets, the more challenging it becomes to be controlling those two last high dynamic strokes. To make it even more challenging for some of you, let's try to switch from 8 to 4 strokes per dynamic level, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, left, right, left. Or if you're left hand, left, right, left, right, left. Let's pick up the tempo. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2 more. 2. Again, let's try to improve the speed on this as well. One little tip that came up during the live streaming is my personal preference here, rather than thinking right, left, and so on. I tend to memorize the melody of the exercise, which is somehow there, of course. 2 different levels produce 2 different notes in this case. And that's what I sing in my head when I perform this sort of exercises. So now that I want to perform at a higher speed, let's say, that's what's going on in my head. I know it sounds weird for many of you out there, but it helps me to keep up with the exercise. For those of you who want an extra challenge, we can try the same exercise in forms of double strokes. Let's try with the 4 and 4. Right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left. Of course, when, especially with the high dynamic, what we want is to have 2 equal sounding strokes. So don't be lazy, no, or go back up for the second stroke. Let your wrist work with no tension. Don't be afraid to open your fingers a little bit if it helps your motion. Just don't intentionally go all the way up.